Okay, so what kind of situation do we currently have on Euro USD? Now, as you know, lately in all of this move to the upside, Euro USD has been moving without showing any sign of weakness. We have just seen the market continue to create higher highs and higher lows all the time. So showing zero weakness. And even up to now, the market is still showing perfect impulses, perfect corrections, and we definitely want to see continuation to the upside from a 4-hour perspective. But keep in mind, the 4-hour time frame is a time frame that you're supposed to be looking at only for entry, not for direction. In fact, if we look at what we have from a daily perspective, we can see that currently the market is definitely overextended to the upside and we want to see a retracement. But we need to first see the market lose its bullish momentum that it still has from a 4-hour perspective. Everything is still bullish. So we can't be looking for any shorts yet, but we have to realize that from a daily perspective, the market is overextended to the upside and we definitely want to see a retracement. We have to acknowledge that the market has already printed the first red candle. And from a weekly perspective, what we also can notice is that currently the market has created this very clear overextended W formation, and we definitely want to see the move to the downside. And we have two targets in mind. The first one will be here, so this previous resistance now turns support from a weekly perspective, and the second target will be this one here, which is again the previous resistance now turns support from a weekly perspective, aka also the neckline of the W formation. So overall, we have two targets in mind from a daily perspective, from a weekly perspective. On the daily time frame, we know that the market is overextended to the upside, and we can also realize that these targets are targets that make a lot of sense also from a daily perspective. Look, exactly from here, the market started all of this move to the downside. So we have previous resistance that is now turn support here, and we have all this resistance, all now turn support at this area, which the market might definitely want to go and grab for some liquidity. Now, if we go and see what we have from a COT perspective, so commitment of traders, what big banks and institutions are currently doing from a Euro USD perspective. So how are they positioned? Now, if you go and get the COT data for the Euro, what you're actually checking is Euro USD. Why? Because all currencies on the spot are traded against the USD. And what we can see here is that overall, with the last report, we can see that they have started to close some long positions. We are currently sitting in 174K long positions, which is a lot for a Euro USD perspective. We were sitting at around a 155 here, even 147, but now we have 174. So we might get some profit taking. Now, I definitely don't want to see just a complete reversion, but at least I want to see a retracement before the next continuation to the upside. And from a net position perspective, we are currently sitting again at 81K net positions, very, very high number. So we went from minus 114K net positions all the way up to 81K, meaning that from an institutional perspective, hedge funds went from having more shorts than longs to having more longs than shorts on the Euro USD. And clearly the market just followed their positioning as usual. The market just exploded to the upside. They have all the money. So how we will be approaching this situation with students. Now, first of all, at the moment, as we said, everything is bullish. The market can easily continue to the upside. That is why we have to be reactive and not predictive as usual. We will have to wait for the market to clearly show us from a 4-hour perspective in exhaustion, okay, a shift from a bullish market to a bearish market. When the market will show us from a 4-hour perspective that is shifting from a bullish market to a bearish market, then we will start to monitor price action from a 4-hour perspective with students, waiting for the market to provide to us one of our valid entries. And as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, we will be taking a nice short with a very good risk to reward and very good probabilities with students for this move to the downside. And then again, instead of this first target zone, we will start to monitor price action from a 4-hour perspective. At this point, waiting for the market to shift from a bearish market to a bullish market and the creation of one of our valid entries. And at that point, we will be looking for a nice long position, continuation of the trend, continuation of this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside, and creation of a higher high. We will also have the confluence of the Fibonacci taken from the low to the high of the impulse, possibly a nice 50% retracement exactly at this previous resistance turn support from a weekly and daily perspective for a nice continuation to the upside if we will see proper confirmations on the 4-hour inside of here. But at the moment, we will just wait for the clear shift from a bullish market to a bearish market, and then we will start to monitor. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis and education, make sure you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you, and I will see you in the next video.